Okay. Ayoko naman magsalita rito. Nakatayo kayo. Battalion, take seat. So, bago ako simulan ito, gusto ko pong magtanong muna kung sino po dito yung mga magulang na may maritime background o professional po or mga seaman na mga magulang. Pakitaas po yung kamay. Meron po bang mga seaman dito? Wala. Ayun, si ma'am. Meron po ba dito na kahit mga tatay na nandito po, mga seaman? Wala. Wala po. Sige po. Sa mga nandito na mga kadete, so masaya na. Nakangiti na, di ba? So, nakaraan, medyo ngiti-ngiti na. Simulan na tayo ng totoo, Totoo na tayo. Good day, everyone. To the school administrator of the ESTI Marinduque, to the respected faculty members, instructors, training staff, parents, guests, and most especially to the maritime students and cadets before me today. Good day. First of all, let me say this, standing here today feels different. Because this is not just another speaking engagement for me. This is not a merely formal invitation or invitation for me. It's not merely a program and not merely a speech written on paper and delivered before an audience. This moment is personal. ESTI is a part of my professional story. This institution became part of the journey that shaped me as a maritime educator, as a discipline officer, at the founder of the Elite Corps, Elite Cadet Corps. May mga easy ba dito? Taas ang kamay ng easy? Wala. Wala. Sige. As a lawyer, a public servant, and as a person who once stood where many of you are standing now. Full of dreams, full of confidence, full of questions, and maybe, whether you admit it or not, sinong medyo nagadalawang isip dito kung kayang makasampa o hindi? Taas ang kamay. Yung totoo. Lahat talagang confident na makakasampa at kaya sa barko? Sagot. Mukhang scripted yun Anyway. That is why standing before you is now not only an honor. Okay? It is a meaningful return to a place where I once taught, led, trained, and helped form young cadets through discipline, maritime instruction, and service. And today, I do not come here to flatter you. I do not come here to sugarcoat the future. I do not come here to tell you only what is beautiful, comfortable, and inspiring. I come here to speak about something more important. I come here to speak about the truth. Because sometimes the most important thing a young person needs is not applause, not empty motivation, not kaya mo yan without explanation, not you will travel the world for free, not dollars yan, not pag seaman ka, yayaman ka, not pag nakasampa ka, panalo ka na. Sometimes the most important thing a young person needs is someone willing to tell him the truth. Even if that truth is heavy, uncomfortable, and difficult to accept. So let me begin with a question. Ano ang pinaniwalaan ninyo? No kaya, di ba? Isip-isip kung may pinaniwalaan natin. What truth did you believe? And where is that truth taking you now? Noong pumasok kayo sa maritime course, ano ang narinig ninyo? Maganda ang buhay ng seaman, dollar earner, libre ang travel, makakabili ng bahay, makakabili ng sasakyan, makakapag-impress ng pamilya, makakapag-impress sa crush. At syempre, may iba dyan, ang unang pangarap pa lang ay hindi magbarko, kundi profile picture na naka-uniform. Tama? Carry on, sige lang. Yung totoo, magsabi ng totoo. Akong kaharap ninyo yun. Abogado ako, sige. Tama. May iba pang nagsuot ng puting uniform, feeling agad officer on board. Nakabara, feeling ready na mag-command. Pag nagpicture sa pier, caption agad, soon to conquer the seas, mga ganun, di ba? At may iba naman, dahil naka-uniform lang, may napaniwala agad the chicks. Di ba? Tama, mali. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Hindi ko kayo hinuhusgahan. Dumaan din ako dyan. Baka mas malala pa ako sa inyo. Pero today, I want to tell you this. Tapos na yung panahon ng make-believe. Tapos na yung panahon ng tingin ninyo sa barko ay parang romantic background sa isang pangarap. Tapos na ang panahon na akala ninyo sa seafaring ay puro travel, dollars, pagkain, picture, pasalubong at magandang kwento. Because one day, if you continue this path, you will stand at the gangway of a real vessel, and when that day comes, the ship waiting for you will not ask whether your Facebook post was inspiring. It will not ask how many likes your uniform photo received. It will not ask whether you are popular in school. It will not ask whether you were called sir by your classmates. The ship will only ask one thing. Are you prepared? Prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, academically, morally, and prepared spiritually. Because the sea has no patience for illusion. The sea does not adjust your feelings. The sea does not care about your excuses. It does not stop because you are tired. The sea does not become calm because you're homesick. And the sea does not forgive ignorance, arrogance, laziness, and carelessness. And kapag nandun ka na, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, sir, ay hindi pa ba ako ready? Hindi ko po alam. Hindi ko pinakinggan, tinuro yan. Absent po ako noon. Boring po yung subject. Akala ko hindi importante. Because at sea, every lesson you ignored may return to you as a problem. Every subject you disrespected may return to you as a danger. Every discipline you avoided may return to you as a suffering. Every truth you refuse to learn on land may become the same truth that will confront you at sea. Now, let me tell you a story. Ito'y high school pa ako. When I was young, I studied in the science class dito sa MNHS. At that time, many of us were expected to go to universities, UP, FEU, CEU, and all those with the U's in their name. We were prepared for an academic civilian path. But one day, this person standing in front of you decided, I will not follow that usual path. I will become a mariner. And people were surprised. And probably thought, ay, siguro, taga Buena Vista, nag-aisda, malapit sa dagat, baka nga, kasiman, But the most important reaction came from my father. My father was a bosun, an experienced, battle-hardened mariner. He was also one of the kindest men I have ever known. Believe me, baka mas mabait pa sa mga magulang ninyo. Let me make this clear, when I was young, hindi ako pinalo ng tatay ko nung bata ako. From my mother, ay ibang kwento po yun. Dahil ang nanay ko ay isang disciplinarian at kung wala po ang nanay ko, wala ako dito. Shout out sa aking nanay dyan. But when I told my father that I wanted to go to sea, something changed for the first time. I saw a smirk on his face, a smirk that haunted me. Parang nasabi ng mukha niya ay, hindi mo alam ang inapasok mo, Totoy. Isipin nyo, ako, puro aral lang ang alam ko. Siguro, romantic thinking na maging official or something, pero yun. And from that moment, my life changed. The soft-bodied, relaxed, ordinary boy became the subject of training. My father became strict, rigid, demanding. Hindi ganyan sa barko. Mali yan. Ito ang gawin mo. Huwag mong gawin yan sa barko. Tumakbo ka. Magtrabaho ka. Masanay ka sa hirap. Tigasi. Huwag kang paiyak-iyak. Ayusin mo, segundo. Ako po yung nickname ko po yun pag galit yung tatay ko. Hindi ka laging tutulungan sa barko. At pag umiyak ka doon, wala kami doon. And I hated it. I really did. Because every day felt like a torment. Kahit may medals ako, kahit mataas ang grades ko, kahit may company na ako, nag-aaral pa lang ako, kahit maganda yung performance ko, parang wala lang sa kanya. My mother even asked him, ano na ka na? Hindi mo baga mahal yung bata, baka nasobra ka na. But my father knew something I did not know. He was not trying to destroy me. He was preparing me. He was not trying to weaken my spirit. He was hardening my character. He was not trying to make me feel small. He was teaching me that ship is bigger than my ego. And when I finally went to sea, I realized hanggang sa kaisa-isahang alabok sa dagat, tama ang tatay ko. Every warning, every correction, every painful instruction, hard lesson, tama siya. Because the ship is not a classroom where you can pretend. The ship is not a campus where you can escape responsibility. The deck is not a stage for performance. A bridge is not a place for arrogance. The engine, the cargo, the mooring line, fire hydrant, all of this will test you. And when they test you, they will not care whether you were once a top student. They will not care whether you're decorated with pins, medals, certificates, because your medals will not protect you. Your certificates will not hold the line for you. Your uniform will not answer the radio for you. Your epaulette will not compute your ETA. Neither your confidence will not plot your course. Your charm will not save you from fatigue. Your excuses will not save you from waves. You will learn the hard truth. You will learn that work assigned to you is yours, and your shipmates are not your parents. You will learn, although you are surrounded by people, there are moments when you will feel completely alone. You will learn that you must be resourceful, but you must never cheat. Shortcuts without knowledge are dangerous. Fatigue is real. Fear is real. Homesickness is real. Pain is real. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. Pakikisama is important, but it's not enough. Drinking, joking, and being popular will not save you when competence is required. And yes, you will learn that sometimes a good morning on board is not a greeting, but sometimes isang masakit na salita. Now, naranasan niyo ba na minsan lagnatin, tapos magtrabaho, nahihirapan, na minamadali pa kayo, diba? Tapos may hangin ng konti, tapos aakyat taas kayo, baba kayo. Yung ba, magkasabi dito na parang kaya namin sir yan kasi araw-araw ginagawa namin, di ba? Pero pag nasa barko kayo, dinanas ninyo ang sabay-sabay ng mga bagay na yan dito sa lupa, ganon ang pakiramdam na parang kayo nasa barko. Ang ihip ng hangin, ang hilo, ang lungkot, lahat ng ito, katotohanan na haharapin ninyo sa barko. That is why I ask you, are you preparing yourselves? Or are you only enjoying the appearance of preparation? May pagkakaiba yun. You may wear the uniform, but are you worthy of it? You may attend the class, but are you learning? You may pass the subject, but did the lesson enter your mind? You may salute, but do you understand respect? You may march, but do you understand discipline? You may dream of the sea, but are you ready for its truth? Because seamanship, navigation, ano ba yan, marine communication, collision regulations, Marlo, even Rizal. Sino rito yung nag-aral ng Rizal kay Dr. Fabrero? Taas ang kamay. Yan. Even Rizal, do not treat this as mere school subjects. Do not say, doon ko na matututunan yan sa barko dahil ang kaharap ninyo ngayon ay nagyabang din sa tatay ko na doon ko na raw yan matututunan. Don't you ever say that. No. That is one of the most dangerous attitude a cadet can have. You do not go to ship to begin learning everything. You go to ship to apply, sharpen, and survive with what you should have already learned. First day ko, first day, first hour on board, anong unang pinagawa sa akin? I was made to compute ETA, plot our course, determine noon position, and prepare a noon report. Unang sampa ko, unang oras ng sampa ko. German vessel yun. Napaka-stricto ng kapitan namin. Nagawa ko? Yes, I did it. Not because I was brilliant, hindi ako matalino. Not because I was special, not because I'm better than everyone else. Eh bakit? Paano? Because I listened at school. The basics saved me. And the things taught in school followed me to the vessel. On my first time on board, inasahan na ako maging helmsman, watchman, cargo operation, bridge watchkeeping, stability, maintenance ng fire hydrant, maintenance ng gawain ng mga opisyal. Binigay na lahat sa akin yan, even VTS. Some of this I learned on board, some I learned from my father, but many of them began in school. School na pag-graduatean nyo ngayon. Not because school alone will save you, but because you must choose to learn while the lesson is still available. That is why to the students here, I say this: do not insult your future by disrespecting your present training. Do not waste your teachers, what your teachers are trying to give you. Do not wait for danger before you appreciate knowledge. Do not wait for humiliation before you appreciate discipline. Do not wait for failure before you appreciate instruction, because at sea, ignorance has a cost. And sometimes the cost is not merely embarrassment. Sometimes it costs safety, opportunity, and minsan buhay ninyo. Now some people will tell you, be brave. Lakasan mo yung loob mo. Kaya mo yan. Huwag mong isipin. Those words sounds good, di ba? But courage without competence is dangerous. Confidence without preparation is arrogance. And motivation without discipline is just ingay, chismis. So how do you handle life at sea? Paano nga ba? You must learn to think. Not just memorize, not just follow blindly, not just copy. You must learn to think outside the box, but never outside integrity. You must be resourceful, but not dishonest. You must be creative, but not careless. You must be strategic, but not corrupt. So, another example. Sino dito yung mga nanliligaw? Lahat naman kayo, marunong manligaw, ano? Yung mga babae dito, niligawan naman siguro. May mga kidets ba dito? Niligawan naman siguro kayo. Di ba kapag nanliligaw kayo, unang tanong, pag magtatanungan, kamusta ka? Di ba? Anong sagot ng karamihan? Okay lang. Tapos, sasabihin ng kausap mo, anong sagot? Ikaw. Anong sagot mo? Okay lang din. Di ba? Eh, di patay na. End of conversation na. Nagasimula pa lang kayo, di na kayo pinansin, di ba? So, palta natin. Paano kung gawin natin na ang sagot mo is, ewan ko, medyo hindi maayos na maganda, pero ayaw kong gustuhin. Di ba? So, now the person might think na, bakit naman? Di ba? So, pag gano'n nangyari, may usapan na kayo. Di may chance ka na, maski anong itsura mo, di ba? May chance ka na doon. Di ba? So, that is just a small example. But the principle is this. When ordinary answer fails, you must know how to think. When the standard way is unavailable, you must know how to adapt. When the pressure comes, you must not panic immediately. You must pause, assess, and use what you know. Another, baka si dyan, mag-i-interviewhan. Sigurado ako may aga-apply sa kumpanya dyan. Naranasan ko rin pong ma-interview bago ako magkaroon ng kumpanya, nag-aaral pa ako. During the interview for a company, may isang kapitan, tatagalogin ko na lang, baka para matutunan ng lahat. Ang sabi nung kapitan sa pinapaso sa kumpanya nag-interview sa amin, ang mag-i-interview sa amin, kapitan at saka dalawa yatang ekspertong opisyal pa. Adi syempre nakapila kami, pinaakyat isa-isa. Ang tanong nung kapitan, batay dun sa mga kwento ng mga tao, ng nagalabasan kong kaklase ay, what is your favorite subject? Example, Tol, ikaw, anong favorite subject mo? Yes, sagot. Sige tayo. Anong favorite subject mo? Yung sagot. Ano? Yung totoo. Grabe. Magkakasuhan kayo. Sige, yung katabi mo, anong favorite subject mo? Sige. Navigation, di ba? Well, I don't blame you. Nung nandun ako, ang ginawa ng mga tao, mga estudyante, mga nakapila, sagot nila, navigation po, sagot nila, seamanship po, ewan ko, palit-ulit nila ito, seamanship, navigation, seamanship. Pagdating nila ron, tuwing lumalabas sila, mga nakayuko, sabi bagay,
parang hindi yata ako pasado Malamang ay ang gagaling ng nagatanong, di ba? So nahuli ako, ewan ko bakit, siguro maliit ako sa klase nun ay. So tinawag na, mayroon pa ba? Opo, ako daw, pobrero, akit ako. So standing attention ako, sitting attention. Pagdating ko doon, andun, tanong ni Kapitan, what is your favorite subject? Ang tapang. By some sort of fortitude, I don't know. Ang sinagot ko, radio communication and signaling, sir. Tumingin si Kapitan sa taas. Tumingin sa akin. Sige, what did you learn on that subject? Sabi ko ay, Morse code, sir. Tingin na naman sa taas sa Kapitan. Nasama ng muka. Tingin na naman sa akin. Morse code your name. Ang sabi ko ay sir, didit, dadit, didit, dat, didit. Sabi ng Kapitan ay, very good. Ako lang yata na very good nung panahon na yun, ay natanda ko. Di ba? So, anong lesson doon? May mali ba sa ginawa ko? Actually, wala. Favorite subject ko na lang communication. Kung di ko favorite subject, di ko kaya magsalita din nyo sa harap, di ba? Di ba? So, anong lesson doon? The lesson is not to pretend. The lesson is not to fake competence. The lesson is this: know yourself. Know your strength. Know how to answer intelligently. Know how to survive pressure, and know how to use what you have. Because in life, sometimes success do not go to the strongest. Sometimes it goes to the one who can think clearly under pressure. Even in celestial navigation, walang nagtuturo sa amin dahil ewan ko at wala yatang nakakaalam. Pero pag kayo'y kadete na at pagsampa ninyo, pipilitin kayong alamin ninyo. Bakit? Abay magbo-board exam kayo, kaya dapat alam ninyo. Minsan, tatanungin ko yung official ko, sir, can you teach me this way on how to better improve my solution? I just look at the GPS, cadet. Enough na raw yun. Tumingin ka na lang sa GPS, may position ka na. Diba? Yun ang sasabihin nila sa'yo. But, there is no shortcut kasi. That is problem solving. And even now, I'm still learning. Even as a lawyer, educator, and a practitioner, I still learn because life is learning. So, there is this old saying na gusto kong maalala ninyo. Before enlightenment, carry water. After enlightenment, carry water. Meaning, before you succeed, you work. And after you succeed, anong sunod? Work. Before you become someone, you serve. And when you become someone, you serve. Before you receive title, stay humble. And after you receive the title, stay humble. Now let us talk about humility, because this is important. Whether you like it or not, sabi nga amin sa law school, you will be lawyers. So I'm telling you this, whether you like it or not, you will be mariners. Many people are proud of dreams. Some are proud of poverty. Some are proud of wealth, proud of connections, proud of medals, uniform, titles. Some are even proud of suffering. May nagsasabi, galing ako sa hirap, kaya mas deserve ko. May iba naman, mayaman kami, kaya mas ready ako. But let me tell you this, neither poverty nor your wealth automatically makes you noble. Being poor does not automatically make you humble. Being rich does not automatically make you arrogant. Both can dream. Both can work. Both can fail. Both can succeed. Both can be good and both can be bad. Ang mahalaga ay hindi kung saan ka nanggaling. Ang mahalaga ay kung ano ang ginawa mo sa kung anong meron ka. But always remember, sa mga nandito, do not weaponize your hardship. Do not worship comfort. Do not think the world owes you everything because you suffered. Do not think the world bows to you because you have more. Keep your feet on the ground. Kung may narating ka na, thank God. Kung may medal ka, be grateful. Kung may title ka, use it well. Kung nakasampa ka, do your job. Kung naging officer ka, lead with responsibility. Kung yumaman ka, remain human. Kung natalo ka, you learn. Kung nahirapan ka, you endure. At kung napahiya ka, you grow. But never let success make you arrogant. and never let failure make you bitter. Because arrogance is dangerous at sea. A proud cadet becomes a dangerous crew. A proud crew becomes a dangerous officer. And a proud officer becomes a dangerous leader. And a dangerous leader can endanger everyone. So don't be arrogant. Do not think that because you know something, you already know everything. Because you pass something, you're already prepared for everything. Because you wear a uniform, you already have discipline. Do not think that people admire you. Because people admire you, you're already worthy of admiration. Listen, observe, ask, learn, correct yourself, and accept the correction. The sea is a way of humiliating those kind of people. And sometimes when humiliation comes in form of simple task, you thought you already knew. Now let me say this very clearly. Do not go to sea only for money. Do not go to sea for travel, dollars, good uniform. Because what if those things disappear? What if money is delayed? What if the ship is difficult? What if the food is not good? The crew is toxic, mahaba ang biyahe. Hindi ka pinababa ni kapitan, you are tired, napapahiya ka na. Will you still love the profession? Sino kaya sa inyo sasampa dito na maski walang sahod? Yung sasampa ng maski walang babae. Ngayon, kung sasampa kayo, sabi ko nga sa mga nag-Rizal dyan, kung sasampa kayo, sa kadahilan ng gusto ninyo ang pagbarko, mahal talaga ninyo ang pagbabarko. Will you still love the profession? Because if you love the sea because of what it gives you, your love may not survive what it demands. But if you love the work, the discipline, the craft, the responsibility, the profession, then you have something deeper. And if you are that kind of person, let me tell you honestly, you may become a better mariner than me. Maybe better than many of us. Because the best professionals are not those who love only the reward. The best professionals are those who respect the work. So, sa mga elite cadets sa likod dyan, do you still know your oath? Do you still understand why the Corps was founded? The dream was never merely to look sharp or to march beautifully. The real purpose of the Cadet Corps is formation of discipline, leadership, brotherhood, accountability, and service, and above all, transformation. I used to tell the cadets, think deeper, think beyond the usual path. Why not become ship owners, di ba? Kaya nyo magmayari ng barko, pero huwag kayong gasalita ng ganun. Pag nasa barko kayong gusto nyo ng barko, bakit? Baka pauwiin na kayo. Mahirap yun. Baka sabihin nila, nangangarap ka ng magbarko, magkamero ng barko. But, the point there is, do not imprison your imagination inside the ordinary. Think beyond the box the society gives you. The world is wider than what you fear. The profession is bigger than what your current understanding. The future is not only something you wait for, it is something you build. There is a book I once encountered. It is entitled The Navy That Crossed Mountains. The title alone tells a powerful lesson. Sometimes to win, you must do what other thinks is impossible. Sometimes the problem is not the mountain. Sometimes the problem is what your mind believes you are only allowed to sail. Na parang alam nyo lang na gabarko lang kami, nautical ako, ito lang ang buhay ko, masampa ako, di ba? This is life. There are times when a navy must cross mountains. There will be times when your plan will fail, your engines will break, your chosen path will close, your confidence will be shaken, and your dreams will be delayed. Then what happens? Do not simply cry over the broken engine forever. Assess if repair is wise. Change course if change is needed. Adapt, think, pray, move, but do not lose yourself and do not lose your truth. So what is success? Ano ba sa inyo ang tagumpay? Tagumpay na ba kayo ngayon? Sagot, yes or no? Bakit? Ay, uwi na kayo, hindi na pala kayo ganun eh. Bakit? Because success is not merely a possession. It's never about the possession. Kala ng iba ang success is about medals, titles, graduation, money, house, cars. No, it's not. Success is overcoming adversity and learning from it. Continuing even when life becomes heavy. Being Success is being corrected and becoming better, standing again wiser, and it's not only about becoming a captain. Success is passing a difficult subject. Showing up to class when you wanted to quit. Success is apologizing. Success is helping your parents. Success is surviving a bad day without becoming a bad person. At yung simpleng pagbukas ng isang candy na napakahirap buksan, pag nabuksan mo, success na yon. But the real success is often quiet. It does not always need tarpaulin. So yung mga naghahandang magpatarpaulin dyan, hindi ko naman sinasabing mali, pero sabi nga ng nanay ko, di ba? Tap your shoulder, look up in the sky, and say, good job. That is enough. It does not always need tarpaulin. It does not always need Facebook post. It does not always need announcement. Di ba? Because after enlightenment, carry water. After success, continue working, and after applause, you continue remaining human. Sabi nila, there are two kinds of truth daw. Yung katotohanan nakatanggap-tanggap sa'yo, at yung katotohanan nakatanggap-tanggap sa mga bulaan. Diba? So, the truth does not stop being truth just because you dislike it. The sea will not become easier because you're offended by reality. Life will not become fair because you demand comfort. The profession will not lower its standard because you are not ready. So today, I challenge you, find your truth. Not the truth of bloggers, not the truth of empty motivations, not the truth of people who only tell you what you want to hear. Find the truth that will make you better. Truth that will prepare you, make you humble, discipline you, and will guide you when no one is clapping. Because every ship, big or small, needs an anchor. And in life, the truth must be that anchor. When the waves become strong, anchor yourself to truth. And when pride enters your heart, anchor yourself to humility. When success comes, anchor yourself to gratitude. Do not merely chase gold and glory, because glory fades. Gold can disappear, but character remains. Discipline remains, knowledge remains, faith remains. The good on you remains. People you remember. The student you inspire, remember. The family the family who honors you remembers, and God who sees you in silence remembers. So prepare yourselves. Study seriously, train honestly, respect your instructors, honor your parents, protect your name, protect your future and your integrity. Ito, mararanasan ninyo. Do not let bad company corrupt your directions. Do not let weeds convince flowers that you are also weeds. Do not let arrogant people teach you arrogance, and do not let lazy people makes laziness look normal. Do not let bitter people poison your dreams. Do not let success turn you into kind of person your younger self would be ashamed to become. To the parents po, sa mga magulang, thank you for trusting this institution with your children. To the teachers, instructors, continue forming not only students who can pass exam, but professionals who can survive reality. To ESTI Marinduque, thank you for being a part of my journey, and thank you for continuing the work of forming young men and women for maritime professions. And to the students, one day, when you stand on a vessel, when the wind is strong, when the sea is dark, when the work is heavy, when you are tired, when you remember home, when your body wants to give up, and when your mind begins to ask why you chose this path, I hope you remember this moment. I hope you remember that someone once stood before you and did not lie. Someone told you it would be difficult, it would test you, to prepare, to remain humble, to think, to hold on to the truth. And if in that difficult moment, you still choose to stand, work, endure, and do what is right, then you will understand what I'm saying today. The sea is not merely a place of employment. It is a place of revelation, strength, weakness, training, character, it reveals your truth. So you move forward, carry this with you. Before enlightenment, carry water. After enlightenment, carry water. Because before success, work. After success, work. Before recognition, you serve. After recognition, you serve. Before title, be humble. And after title, be more humble. And when you finally reach whatever dream God has prepared for you, do not forget where you came from. Do not forget your teachers, your parents, your hardship. Do not forget ESTI. Do not forget the truth. And above all, do not forget God. Ladies and gentlemen, students and future maritime professionals, may your minds be sharp. May your bodies be strong. May your hearts be humble. May your discipline be firm. May your dreams be guided by truth. And may your future, whether on land or at sea, be worthy of the sacrifices that brought you here. Thank you very much. Thank you. And good day to you all. May God bless us all.